So starting the test drive in this Yukon AT4, the 5.3 liter V8's pretty powerful. GM's not necessarily worried about fuel economy with this engine or the 6.2, so they tend to get these heavy SUVs up to speed pretty quickly. Now I do like the growl of this 5.3 liter V8, just the exhaust sound and everything. It might just be me, but it sounds a bit beefier than in the other Yukons. I don't know if there's an exhaust tip on here or what, but it just sounds like the 6.2. But we're gonna give it some throttle getting on the interstate here. So not redlining it, but just giving it a bit of power. It does its thing. You got about 350 plus horsepower, so. But you can see the fuel economy numbers here. As we kind of mellow out, even on a slight incline, we're getting 16, 17 miles per gallon highway. And as we start to level out, you'll see between 20 and 25, and then on the downhill slope, it should increase. So as it levels out, we got that 22. And then as we're going down again, right at 25. So it's not the most fuel efficient vehicle, but not awful. And I like how this rides. We do have the magnetic ride control with this AT4, and it does help this ride be very, very nice. Now, in terms of competition, I always think of the Expedition now that has that Timberline trim. Just something that's more off-road-esque as opposed to a full-on off-road vehicle. Now, the AT4, I feel like, is a bit more capable just from all that's kind of put behind here. But, I mean, I wouldn't consider it a G-Wagon. I wouldn't consider it a Jeep, but it does do a pretty good job of being something you can have fun with without necessarily being something that is super capable. Now we do have four-wheel drive, yes. We have the magnetic ride control. It's meant to go off-road, but it's not necessarily meant to tackle anything. And like a lot of GM SUVs, it's basically meant to haul around your family, and depending on what you like to do in your spare time, it kind of goes hand in hand with that, what trim level you get. So if you're a high country person, you want to be fancy. If you're an LT person, you just want to have leather. You're not necessarily trying to break the bank with your vehicle, but you want something nice. And then something like this, you like to go off-road, but you're not trying to climb mountains or things of that nature. But I like the Yukon AT4. I like the looks. They're still pretty modern compared to the competition. I like how it drives. I like the power you get here, all the amenities. And this one in particular, I just like how it's spec'd out with the power running boards, the roof, and then having the technology package. But at almost $80,000, a little out of my budget. Me personally, I'd rather have the Hummer EV, but I'm an EV enthusiast, so that's just me. But if you're not trying to go electric and you want a V8 with a 10-speed automatic and room for 7 people, make sure you check out this 2024 GMC Yukon AT4.